Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel with a new video about World of Tanks. Today it's the third episode of Meanwhile in World of Tanks. You know, there's a famous YouTuber called The Mighty Jingles who puts a lot of excellent videos on his channel, and a lot of them are related to tanks, especially World of Tanks. He has his own series called The Good, the Bad and the Ugly, and definitely I'm not going to make a similar video displaying three replays, one being good, one being bad, and one being extremely ugly and frustrating. But given the replays that I have been doing this morning while playing, well, I could do maybe the bad, and the ugly, or maybe the bad, the worse and the ugly. This morning was just a succession of frustrating games with horrible team play. Well, we can't even call that team play actually. Well, before I proceed to explain what's going on in those three replays, let me warn you about the insane amount of stupidity you are about to witness. If you care about your mental health, or if you don't want your brain to bleed internally or melt through your ears, just stop watching this video. It's going to be brutal. Well, if you keep watching this video from this point on, I assume that you have been warned, and if you have any depressing thoughts, well, it will be on your own responsibility. So, I am playing with my Batchat, an excellent, amazing, ultra fun tank to play. It's always fun to drive it and to shoot around. At the beginning of the game you have to be careful because you're extremely weak. You have no armor, but you are fast, you have an autoloader, and the longer you survive in a game, the deadlier you will be. So I really love this tank. And here I am playing a tier 10 game in Sun River. It's defense mode, so we just have to defend our base. And if you look closely at the minimap, you can see where my team is. Or more accurately, you can see where my team is not. All the southwest corner is entirely ignored. I've called for help without success, and now I have been spotted those enemies just to let my team know that the map is bigger than their own tank, and that they could just give a look to see that enemies could flank us. And well, actually that's what they are going to do. The enemy team is not stupid. They see an empty flank, they are obviously going to push through there. After less than 3 minutes of gameplay, the enemy team is almost in our base, and I'm not talking about a suicidal scout, it's just the enemy pushing in our base, in a tier 10 battle. Yeah. Just look at my ribbons. I have spotted 10 enemy tanks, so 2/3 of the enemy team is pushing toward the other flank. And look at how many assistance ribbons I have. Well, absolutely none. Not a single ally fired at what I have been spotting, and now I am forced to fall back because my position has been compromised. So now there are two tanks completely overwhelmed by the enemy team, one in B1 and the second one in A3 I believe, and they are asking for help. Obviously no one is going to help them. I am just falling back. I lost more than half of my health. And the rest of our team still didn't get a hint from what was going on, and they are casually pushing toward the enemy spawn. Yeah, maybe they want to capture the enemy spawn, I don't know. Now I have a moment of hesitation because yeah, I just wanted to save my life from this point on and just finish this battle alive because, well, it's going to be lost anyway. But I still hesitate. Maybe I can assist my teammates who are trying bravely to defend our base. I'm not sure I can get a shot, but I mean, I have a conscience. I can't leave them alone, so I'm just going back anyway. So now it's the eternal question: will the enemy team win by capping or by killing us all? Clearly they would have the advantage if they capped, because we would have no one to defend, and this is what they are going to do. It's the most obvious and logical reaction. And now my favorite moment of the battle. We have this guy very smart guy, very alert person who just realized that we are going to be capped. Thank you, Captain Obvious, we didn't know that. We clearly had absolutely no clue about that. Well, I don't have to tell you that this is going to be a blatant defeat, and this was the first of many this morning. I'm warning you, this is not going to be better. This is the second replay. Again in my batch chat, I've played those battles, I think back to back, or maybe with another defeat in the middle, I don't remember, but it was in the same gaming session anyway. This time we are playing on Ensk War, and although I like this map when I am playing a heavy tank, when I'm playing a fast medium I don't really like it just because there are so many obstacles that I can't drive properly in the battlefield, and usually you just end up being surrounded pretty quickly. Now a logical place for me to go for 2 reasons is columns 890, just because first I will be spotting a lot of opponents because the metagame detects that the enemy team will usually push for here, and second of all I have more space to maneuver, so better for my batch chat. However, I realize that well, my team is going the other side and ignoring this one entirely, and well, I just don't want to die in the first minute of the game, so I'm falling back again. Yes, I am abandoning this IS-7, and well, you can judge me for that if you want, but this flank is going to be lost anyway. The enemy team almost always push through columns 8, 9 and 0, just because it's just in front of them, so they don't have to think about turning their tank around. And well, it's not a bad option, it's the shortest path toward our base, so it's technically not a bad solution. So since our team is making another lemming train here in tier 10, well, when you do lemming train you have only one possibility of winning. It's to push harder than the enemy team. Basically, when you do a lemming train you have the information that all of your tanks are in the same flank, so you know that no matter what is in front of you, you technically can overwhelm them. The enemy team doesn't really know that the other flank is entirely empty, so they could move up cautiously, let's say, and they could lose some significant time before being able to threaten our base. Meanwhile, we could have the possibility to destroy a few of the opponents that are in front of us. If you ever find yourself in a lemming train, your only option is to push harder than usual. You want to be aggressive and to deal some damage because you know that you have the numerical advantage for a limited duration. Obviously, this is almost impossible to apply it if you're not in a platoon like me. I had to wait for this T95 to point his gun in another direction to take out this T110 E3. And yes, we are 2 minutes 45 seconds in the game and we are already being capped. And I'm pretty sure you're thinking right now, yeah, you've just selected 2 horrible replays of an entire gaming session, so maybe the other one weren't that bad. Well, it was 2 hours of this, and if I wanted to show everything that was stupid or absurd in this morning, I would have to make a 2 hours long video. And it was painful to play those games. It's even more painful to see it again for the video edition. Well, I've just selected 3 so I could keep a little bit of my mental health today. Now that at least a few tanks have noticed that we are being capped, we could try to defend. Well, it's obviously too late, but at least I won't be the only one trying to defend. The problem is, in this situation the batch chat is pretty useless because I am spotted, I have absolutely no room to maneuver, so it's just me versus some other tanks and I don't have the armor to do this kind of one-on-one. I'm just trying anyway because I will go down fighting, and I mean it would be useless to just drop the controller, but I'm doing this more because I have to. I know that the level in the game is pretty low at the moment. We have been introducing the game to Xbox One, so there's a lot of new players, and it's also summer holidays. So yeah, a lot of kids playing. However, this is tier 10 battle. They should have the basic, like not leaving a flank wide open. Soon enough I'll find myself alone versus more than half of the enemy team, and I will just try desperately to survive this battle. Not because I care about paying the repair value, it's just like kind of a challenge, or I mean to try to find the fun where I can in those battles. I am sneaking around those two IS-7, I just use my repair kit as fast as I can, escape through this narrow road, and find myself surrounded by even more tanks. But hey, the end of the game, yay, I survived! And now the last replay, my favorite replay, saved for last. I am playing the E-25, it's a German tier 7 tank destroyer, and it's also a fantastic tank. This tank gets a premium matchmaking, which means that you'll never face higher than tier 8 opponents, and it's perfect because you'll have the gun of the Stuck 3G, which is the tier 5 German tank destroyer with 150mm of penetration. This tank is really fast, as you can see, it's agile as well. Well, you don't get a turret, so it's definitely not meant to circle any opponent, but you will have no trouble relocating anywhere on the battlefield. You have an insane camouflage value, and if you park yourself behind a bush, you will be just invisible until they get really close to you. You'll have a very high rate of fire as well, so as soon as you're locked on a target, if he's not in cover, he will take serious damage. Just as a bonus, you'll get a laser-like accuracy with this tank, so you'll never miss your target unless you're firing at more than 500 meters. Here I am playing in this top left part of the map, not just because I always go there, I don't always go there, but this tank can be either a passive ambusher or an active ambusher. You always want to catch your opponents by surprise, and here by being there early, it will allow me to spot people early, and if there's a light tank, such as the Leopard or the one that just suicided in front of me, well, you can deal some damage. And then when it gets too tricky for you, you have the possibility to relocate, so it's not a problem. So far we could say that I've had a good game. I've killed someone, I planted already 5 shots, and I'm just waiting for my team to arrive in this very dangerous position. Well, nope, no one's coming, and again I have to fall back. My team has chosen some pretty interesting positions. I'm pretty sure there's kind of a contest to know who can camp in the most useless position ever. I am pretty sure that this is won hands off by those top tier heavy tanks, because obviously they are going to shoot at multiple targets from here. Yeah, because we have so many people spotting for our team. There's a T-29 up there. The T-29 is probably the easiest heavy tank to play. You'll just have to stay in hull down, but you'll have an amazing tank. Insane frontal turret armor, you'll have a very good gun as well. I mean, camping there, what's the point? So why am I showing you another replay? Do you think that I'm going to show you the same over and over? This will have a slightly different outcome, and I really want you to see this game. Do you think that I can carry this team to victory? Well, I'm going to try anyway, because no matter what's happening, I will go down fighting for sure. So, we don't have anyone to spot the enemy team? Well, okay, I will do that myself. And we don't have anyone to damage the enemy team? It's alright, I will try to do that myself as well. And yet again, 3 minutes after the beginning of the game, we have some heavy tanks just close to our base. Yeah, third time this morning, fantastic. This time I'm not going back to defend, I'm going straight in their base and try to see what I can do for my team. So far we have spotted only a fraction of the enemy team, and for sure there will be more in their base. Obviously the artillery, but it's obvious that we will find some tank destroyers close to their base, not only because it's a classic and logical position for tank destroyers, but also because there are still 5 of them alive and we haven't spotted them all yet. So apparently I start with the T-52 and the artillery. The artillery is threatening my team, so I am going to take damage from the T-52, but I'm planting one into the artillery just to let her know that I am here and that she should relocate. So meanwhile, she will let my team at least for maybe 30 seconds. Now I can fight this T-52. He damaged my wreck, I repair instantly, and he's going to ram me, which is a very good move. My E-50 is very light. I have almost no armor and I'm extremely lightweight. I am one shot, and to add insult to injury, I am stuck. So really well played to this T-52. It was a smart move because I would have beaten his reload easily and I had a much better DPM. Now another tank destroyer. This guy panicked and he went down the hill, and he's also one shot, so I'm going to assist my teammate by killing him. Destroyer Emil doesn't get any armor, so on the side it's an easy kill. However, I am spotted by this other tank destroyer and I have to take cover. Also, please note that on this tank I still don't have a crew. I don't have 6th sense as well, and I have to assume that I am constantly spotted. For me, this is the only way to survive, just because I have absolutely no armor and I could get destroyed in a few shots. The enemy team is going to try to kill us all. They are not capping our base, and they had the opportunity to do that a long time ago. So now I have two options. The first one is to hide myself and try to get a draw. Not very exciting, I don't do these kind of things, so I'm going to try to fight them. However, most of them are spotted or being spotted in front of me, which means between me and my own base. This is invaluable information. First, it means that the artillery is isolated, so I can take it down. Second, I can go inside their cap and put a lot of pressure on them because they are trying to follow me, so they are not so close to our base anymore. And third, I can take advantage of my higher speed just to go around the battlefield and try to surprise them one by one. So I was alone versus 6 enemies. You know what it means? It means a potential Koloban of medal. I've killed the artillery, so it's now 1 versus 5. Still, it's possible to win this game, so do you think I can carry this? I wish I could go around the battlefield to try to catch them one by one, but I don't have 6th sense, so if anyone catches me off guard, and this could happen easily, then just a single shot will take me down, so I find it too risky. What I want to do is to cap their base. Basically, I am betting that they are too far away from my own base anymore because they wanted to chase me, and I am betting that they will not be there in time. Obviously, 1 minute and 38 seconds is pretty long when you're waiting alone versus 5 tanks, but still, I am going to try that. Remember one of the previous replay I made in which an enemy Batchat was trying to capture their base. It was also on the very same map, and he was assuming that our team could not defend in time. Well, this is pretty much the same situation. I was also mentioning the fact that it wasn't the smartest idea because he had the possibility to take us down. But in this case it's different. I told you, I am one shot, there are not 2 enemies but 4, and I don't have 6th sense, so I cannot create an ambush by lying around even behind a bush. Only 20 seconds left. I know that I will cap before the enemy team, I don't care about that, what I need is to survive. The enemy tank destroyer just popped up and I need to move. He will flank me and kill me, so now I have to worry about this tiger. 3 minutes left. 2, 1, 0. And no, apparently today I will not carry any game. What a heartbreaker, really. When you cap the game, the enemies still have 1 second to kill you. If they kill you meanwhile this very single second, you will not win. If they destroy you afterwards, which is still possible, you will be killed, but you will still win the battle. And this would have given me a Kolobanov. Probably the rarest and most wanted medal of all times. I definitely can't blame the enemy tiger. He had a monster game of his own. He was pushing all along. He has taken the right decision all the time. at least from what I have seen, so I definitely can't blame him. He was a very good player, or at least he did a very good game. Yeah, it's just sad. Anyway, I hope you are not too depressed about this video. I hope you still enjoyed it. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.